All right, man, let's talk about the Lions and how big of a need is the edge rusher position for the Lions. I was looking at, I think it was CBS mock draft. You know, it's going to change drastically from now to the Senior Bowl, from the Senior Bowl to the Combine, you know, to the Combines to the Pro Days. It's going to change. Some people going to rise, some people going to fall, some people going to stay the same. Somebody going to run a fast 40, somebody going to lift a lot and, you know, exceed expectations. Somebody gonna jump up the board because of, you know, workout warrior, or maybe they feel was better than expected, whatever it may be, right? Great interviews and all that type of stuff. So, but I was looking, and CBS had us taking, I think his name is, forget his name. He's the defensive end from Clemson, Miles something. I forget his name, Miles Breeze. I can't remember. The black one, the one that played the end. And they also had us taking the white guy from Clemson on the inside. I didn't really see nothing that was saying top 10, top 5, 6-ish. But like I said, I was just looking at the highlights, and I liked the, I think it was Miles Murphy, excuse me. I think that's his name. I was liking some of his highlights, man. He playing that front side end, not the blind side, but the, you know, side Cliff Averill play, you know, what is that, like the right end? You know, he coming off the not the blind side, but you already got a guy that can do it all in Aiden Hutchinson. So I mean, he looked good coming off that edge. I think he had 6.5 sacks, 11.5 tackles for loss. Looked to be athletic, long, good closing speed, you know, on the quarterback. But it had me thinking, like, how big of a need is, you know, the edge for the Lions when you think about it? Austin Bryant, James Houston, Romeo Core, Julian Okora, Charles Harris, Aiden Hutchinson, John Kaminsky, Josh Pascal, play some in and some inside. So, and I might be forgetting somebody. They got a plethora of edges, and some of them, you know, they can get rid of. Some of them they can bring back, you know, or let walk. So, you know, to me, it's a position in where it's a position of strength. But one thing about it is, you can't have too many edge rushers. You know, especially with some of the guys, the versatility to kick on the inside. So, obviously, if a talent like Will Anderson fall to you, he the best on the board, or whoever it may be, it's a kid from Texas Tech, Clemson on the edge, and that's the best available talent. They have the financial flexibility with all them guys I named, not named Aiden Hutchinson, you know, to make it work. But we all know their number one need is the defensive, interior defensive tackle, that 3 technique, that guy that can penetrate, get upfield. And right now, that's Jalen Carter. And thanks to, what's the boy name? Baker Mayfield winning too many games for the Rams and not winning the one we needed him to win. You know, now we kind of out of that reach, but we got the capital to move up. But some people say, well, you can't move up for interior linemen like that. You know what I'm saying? Look here, if he can rush the passer, he can do everything on the inside, stop the run. Guess what? I'll do it. Now, is there some alternatives out there as far as veterans? Yeah, the Hargraves guy from Philadelphia, who was snubbed from the Pro Bowl, had, I think, 11 sacks, or he had double-digit sacks from the inside. But I'm just to the point, when you got a need like that, bro, and everybody always get caught up in the quantity of picks. I'm looking at the quality. You can have 10 picks inside the first round, and somebody can have you one pick, and they end up with a Aaron Donald, and you end up with a bunch of decent, you know, to marginal or, you know, good players. You just need that one guy sometimes that can change your franchise. Now, if you get 2 guys that can change your franchise, good. But that's your number one. That's the number one priority defensively for them. And you can say, well, we got Zorky, but he proved that we can't count on him with the back injury. You know, it'll be our luck to move up for Jalen Carter, and Zorky start kicking ass too. I mean, then you got 2 good interior linemen you can depend on. But that's the vocal point. That's the point. You know, and what would it cost you to move up, and what you have to what you got to hope to happen is there a run on quarterbacks. That's what you're gonna have to hope to happen. It's a run on quarterback, or you can always move up and get them, or is the next best prospect good enough? But from the edge position, you know, if that's the best available talent on the board, you got to take it. And I understand they invested so much into that defensive line, but you know, those guys are game changers, both interior and on the edge. They are game changers. So, I mean, I don't think you can have, you know, too many edges and all that. And, you know, they got the financial flexibility cap-wise to move, trade some of those guys and do what they want to do. But You know, if that's the next best thing, or you always can trade out of there, trade down and trade for some picks next year. So, you know, you get a healthy defensive line coming back next year. Hopefully Harris, Anazorki, Pascal, you know, but injury or two can change all that in a heartbeat. So, yeah, I think if that's the best thing on the board, you got to take it wherever you at in the draft. And they all can just figure it out. And you better when you got strength in numbers, when you can put in a second wave and a third wave with defensive linemen. But I still think interior linemen, defensive linemen, that's the motive. You know, and also you always gonna look at the quarterbacks. You that high, regardless of what happens, you always gonna take a look at the quarterbacks. And if it's one you really like, you feel like you could develop, and you really like, you take them. No questions. Nobody affects a football franchise like the quarterback. But like I said, that interior lineman position, I told y'all how important it was last year. It's so important to the success of the Detroit Lions, man. Because if they can get that rush up the middle in the quarterback face, it's over with. Because Hutch gonna do his thing, Harrison and everybody else gonna do. That's gonna open it up for everybody. It's gonna keep your linebackers clean. It's gonna make them look better than what they are. You know, that's a game. That's a true game changer. That's a true game changer when you can go out there and throw up, and you know, somebody that can penetrate, get upfield, stop the run. You gotta think about it. Without Warren Sapp, that Tampa Bay Bucks defense don't work. That penetration that interior defensive lineman bring is come on, man, get the hell out of my way. God, Grandpa. Sorry. What decision he looking to make? One way you point, turn that way. But yeah, that interior defensive line position is vital. That's exactly what that defense missing, man. You know, when people say cornerback, I'm tired of drafting cornerbacks in the first round after Jeff Okudah. But then again, if that's the best on the board, that's the best on the board. But that interior line position, that's important. But edge is also important. So, like I said, it's the kid from Texas Tech, the kids from Clemson up there. So they got some homework to do. And don't be surprised if they move out of there. Don't be surprised if they move up. There are a lot of possibilities, but you never rule out the edge position, no matter what you equip with. And what they equip with is a lot of guys that they can move on from if they have to. They can trade and get additional picks from. So they can get younger Spryer at the position. Aiden Hutchinson, Josh Pascal, James Houston. You know, so if they do take an edge, you know, they come that high and they come in and take an edge. You know, Romeo and Julian Okora gotta be worried. They potential casualties because they always injured, or at least Julian always injured. So it's the question about it. So, you know, we'll see. But you never rule out that position. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, the whole nine. Which is Spotify and Anchor. Excuse me. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Peace.